Well, guys, you know what they say, when it rains, it pours, and it's been pouring in the DeFi community lately. So let me go project by project. I'll just talk about kind of all the bad news, if you will. Overall, this was not a good weekend for DeFi and a lot of the projects we're in. Why don't we just start here since I'm already on the screen. Drip is now at an all-time low. Obviously, the sentiment hasn't been good. I know we're supposed to come out with Triple D and the new UI. Nothing has happened yet. We're supposedly supposed to maybe have a strong chance of getting an announcement of getting that date, but it doesn't mean like it's launching this week. That would be, if we get a date, it would probably be Thursday, and then it would probably be like a couple weeks. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe like Tuesday the 30th we might get it. But in between that time, I just don't know if there's enough to build hype. Drip, as you know, isn't really getting any marketing. Really hard to market a chart that's gone straight down for the last year. So I don't see this getting a whole lot better over the next couple weeks until we get Triple D. I'm hoping that it is finished and it's ready to roll, but those are just the facts. Price got all the way down. I think 23 cents is the lowest. So obviously that's not good. Not good to see another all-time low. Hopefully this turns around, because it's sad to see a project with so much potential dip this low and have no new developments. Over on the animal farm side, same kind of thing. We're almost dipping into the 20s on pigs, which is probably an all-time low. And then this has got to be an all-time low for dogs, down in the 6 range. These just continue to fall, so I really don't think there's anything holding those up as well. There's a lot of other protocols out there that are reporting good news. Pulse Chain came out. There's a lot of meme tokens that are gathering capital and all that. So I don't think this stuff is due to the bear market blues. I think the bull market is on its way back. Millions of dollars of capital are flowing into the DeFi and crypto space. But unfortunately, the protocols, a lot of the ones we're in, aren't really getting a lot of that capital. So nothing amazing to report on this side either. Next up, more bad news. ARK basically lost its peg. What are we down to? Of course, it was right in that 571, 572 range. And within the last day, a day and a half, it's already down to $4.26. So if you look at the chart, it's dipped down pretty heavily. And that, of course, is not great news. The ILC, which is like the intelligent liquidity controller or whatever, it's supposed to slow down the price action, either the upside or the downside, but that dipped pretty fast, so I'm not sure exactly how it's working. It says there's still 271,000 in the ILC reserves, but as you can see, the price has still been falling. So I'm not sure what to expect for ARK. I am hearing that they're doing their voice chats or whatever, and they've been discussing some interesting things that might boost this up. I don't know what they are yet, as I haven't had time to jump in and listen to one of those. But I'm going to try to do that this week if I can, so I can report back to you on what we think is going to solve this problem. But after crushing it and crushing it for many months, looks like we're losing value in the ARK token, and that is pretty unfortunate. Also, mostly bad news over on Whales Candy. The Whales Candy token is down to under a cent, or right at 1 cent. I don't know about you guys, but this page never loads for me correctly. Just seems to take forever. I use it on MetaMask, use it on Rabby. Was having no issues on MetaMask for a while. Then it started having issues, went back to Rabby, but it just takes a long time to load up. So it's kind of frustrating when you're trying to claim or whatever. But the token price is down to about 1 cent. All right, there it is. So just above 1 cent. The dev did came out and say that he's now going to put all of his dev fees for this foreseeable future into buying back and burning the Whales Candy token. So that'll help a little bit. He's also got some other ideas. One of them is to try to maybe switch over to Pulse Chain or offer it on the Pulse Chain. So if you want more information on that, he wrote a big long message about it in Telegram. I shared it in my Telegram group, so you can go in there and read it. But the price action of the Whales Candy token hasn't been great. So I'm hoping it at least stays here around 1 cent, because I'm still making pretty good money per day in this protocol. But if it continues to fall, obviously those profits go out the window. I forget what I'm at right now. I'm already, if you guys have been claiming, you guys could be a little further along, but I'm at about 80% to ROI, because for a while there I was taking the profits and dumping them back into the auction lobby to get more tokens. So I don't know if that put me behind ROI or the additional tokens I get actually helped speed it up. I don't know for sure, but let me know, where you guys are at. I think I'm like I said, right at that 80% to ROI. So in the end, of course, not perfect news. I do still think I'll probably ROI from this protocol and make a little bit of money, so I'm happy about that. The bad news is there's a couple of other protocols that I will not be ROIing in, and that is Majestic and Viscay. Both of those projects were done by the same dev. They were both different types of trading protocols. So he deposited the money into the platform, he used the money for trading, and then dumped the profits back in so people could take profits. Both of those have gone under. He put out something that they were exploited or whatever. I don't really believe that. I think one of two things happen, if I'm honest. I think it's either just a straight rug. He built relationships with some of the key players in the DeFi community for a couple months, launched protocols that worked well for a month or two, built up a good reputation, and then rug pulled everything. Or he did mean well. He took the incoming capital from the protocols, was trading, was doing well to support the first protocol that went on for a couple months, and then took some bad trades and lost all the trading money. He lost all the TVL that was supposed to be in the protocol. So one of the two things happened. Either way, it doesn't matter. The capital is basically gone. He's still telling me in my DMs that he's going to try to find a solution, but we've seen that a lot with other devs, even the ones that clearly rug pulled. Hey, we're trying to figure this out, or the hacker took the money, we're trying to get it back, or whatever the talk track is. Anyway, it's extremely unfortunate. It's bad for DeFi. I feel like I jinxed myself because a couple weeks ago I was talking about how we've had a pretty good streak of a few projects going down, but for the most part they've been really good. And we've had Money Machine and these two go back to back. Drip's getting crushed, Animal Farm's getting crushed, Ark's getting crushed. So overall, not a great week for DeFi, for myself or any of you guys. Now, I don't like to be all negative, so that stuff's all unfortunate. Some of that stuff is going to work itself out and some of it is not. But let's look at some projects that are actually doing well. First off, Speakeasy. So far, Speakeasy has been super solid. Obviously a great team over there. Kirk and everyone involved has just been awesome. Today is my claim day, so in a couple hours I should be able to claim. I've got about 0.3 BNB, which is awesome. It's about $100. So far I've deposited 2.5 BNB. I've taken out 1.4. I haven't decided yet today whether I'm going to claim or whether I'm going to let this one ride and build it up a little bit more. But so far so good in the Speakeasy world right now. Another one that's crushing it, Wolf Capital. I actually had a little bit of money that I wanted to put into a protocol. I was maybe looking at some new protocols right now. Like, I'm just going to be extremely selective. Obviously, we have not had a good run lately, and the point is for us to all try to make money and not lose money. So I definitely didn't want to jump into a new project today after the horrible weekend we had. So instead of taking that money and putting it elsewhere, I actually just put it into Wolf Capital. So I dropped another $1,000 into Wolf Capital yesterday, which made my new stake down here, which bumps my daily earnings up. You can't see it, but to $56. You've got our team right here, 259 members, getting close to 500K total stake, which is pretty amazing. As you can see, total investments up here, 4.36 million, which is just wild. So this protocol is doing extremely well. I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to last forever, but while it's working, I'm going to continue to use it and try to play the long game a little bit. So we'll see how this goes. But so far it's working really well. From this point forward, I'll probably try to get, close to ROI or get ROI, and that way everything after that is all profits. Last thing I want to do is, have something crazy happen to Wolf Capital and end up losing money on a winning play. So that's just what I'm doing. Of course, none of this is financial advice. You make your own decisions. But I did dump some more money into Wolf Capital. We'll hit a couple more winners real quick. AITC has still been paying for me. I've got another claim in a couple more days, I think like 4 more days, which will get me into the profit. So I should be able to get that done. This drains really slowly, like I've said in the past. So I'm going to get at least 1 more claim in, if not 2. So this one should be profitable. If you got into this one with me, then you are sitting at about the break-even point right now as well. Furio right now is trash. Nothing really to talk about there. Mischief of Fortune has been going really well. I got another claim in 3 days. I'm already in profit right here. So if you got into this one with me, this was a winner for us. DexFactory has been paying. I'm trying to do basically the 6-in-1 strategy on this. I wish there was a little bit better way to see when you compounded, when you claimed, all that type of stuff. But I'm basically just doing a 6-in-1 strategy here. So far, so good there. Again, I don't know if it'll last forever, but we are slowly but surely working our way back to ROI. Over to Bitforge. As you guys know, maybe you didn't see it, but I did an AMA with these guys the other day. I think it was on Friday, where we talked about some details of the project. Go ahead and watch that. Let me know how you feel about the answers. But so far, this has been paying. I put a total of 500 in. I've got 161 back, and I've got 10 more days, almost 11 more days until I could actually withdraw these if I want to. So I'm hoping that it at least lasts a few more weeks, that way people would have the opportunity to maybe remove their stake or let it ride, whatever they want to do. Shout out to whoever joined the team. Looks like I've got $2 in USDT here available as a referral reward. So thank you for joining. But so far so good. Obviously they're doing Bitcoin mining, and they're paying between 1.8 and 2.8%. I think I've been getting just a little over 2%, which is really high for Bitcoin mining. So of course this one's still in the high risk category. Only invest money that you can afford to lose. I'm also still pulling money slowly but surely from stable beans. Like I said, this will probably be my last claim. I'll just leave the rest in there. It's just a lot to get in there and compound every 12 hours to get yourself to a point where you can pull or whatever. So I'm just gonna eat a little loss on that one, a couple hundred, $300, something like that. And last but not least, 9 to 5. And this is another one where I put some more money into. So I was trying to figure out where I was going to put the money. The two shining stars for me at the time looked like Wolf Capital in this one. So as you can see, I had dumped more money in here. Now I'm up to 2,084 in USDT. My plan for the time being is to keep adding. So last week they were paying out 2%. This week they dropped it to 1.5. And I know that they're trading those dollars. They've been posting the returns and everything. So all rewards are paid out based on the external revenue sources and whatever they made last week. So if they only make 1.1% last week, that's what you're going to get paid this week. If they made 2% last week, that's what you're going to get paid this week. So it is a variable rate ROI. You're going to get whatever the percentage is. But for now, my goal is just to build up this balance, keep compounding, and then every so many days, I'll use this work harder button, which will give me 50% of my profits in my wallet and put the other 50% back into a compound. So that's it, guys. Not a great weekend in DeFi, a couple of rug pulls, couple of all-time lows on different projects. Not fun stuff to go through, but that is how it goes in DeFi. So hopefully we can get a good rebound here and start making money on some of these protocols that are doing well, because right now, of course, not ideal. And even though we've lost some money lately, hopefully we're all, I know we're all frustrated, but hopefully we've all been listening. Like, don't invest what you can't afford to lose, because even though you think something's incredibly solid like ARK or one of these other protocols, there's always a chance something can happen and that you can lose that money. None of this stuff is guaranteed. No investment is guaranteed to make you money. There's risk involved. That is the exact reason there's a possibility for a reward at the end. So hopefully you guys are doing well, and I'm really hoping that this is just a good bounce back week for the entire DeFi environment. But like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll continue to bring you the news the best I can. I want to thank you guys for joining in and tuning in every day. Happy investing.